In this mini lecture, we're talking about group therapies.
Group therapy is when a group of people go to therapy together. And group therapies usually consist of about 3 to 20 people in the group. So remember, they're all going to therapy together. So this makes group therapies very efficient and time saving. Also, it's less costly than individual therapy. Some group therapies are self-help group therapies, and Alcoholics Anonymous, or AA, is an example of a self-help group therapy. AA is a 12-step self-help program where individuals who are in recovery from alcoholism meet together to help each other. So it's peers helping peers, often with no professionals involved. And research has shown that AA can be very helpful for individuals. But there is a caveat to the research in that the people who are participants in the research study tend to be the people who are most active in AA and therefore get the most out of it. These research studies also don't tend to include individuals who were in AA and didn't find it helpful. So really, all this to say is that AA is helpful for some people, and when it is helpful for them, it's very helpful, and AA is not helpful for other people. Another type of group therapy would be a family therapy, and family therapies are considered group therapies because the family as a group is seeing a therapist. It's not just one individual. And family therapies tend to see the family as a dysfunctional family system. So everyone in the family is part of a system, and this system is dysfunctional. One type of family therapy is strategic family therapy. With strategic family therapy, the therapist aims at removing barriers to effective communication. So basically, the therapist believes that the dysfunctional family system is in large part because there's some sort of communication breakdown. And so the strategic family therapist is going to help enhance the communication between the family members. Strategic family therapists also realize that a lot of the time, families have a scapegoat, meaning the family members will blame one family member for all of the family's problems. And in reality, it's almost never due to just one person. Family issues tend to do with all of the family members together and how they are miscommunicating with each other, how there are barriers and the whole system is dysfunctional. It's not just one person to blame for the entire family's problems. So that's strategic family therapy. With structural family therapy, the therapist is immersing themselves into the family in order to make changes. So for example, a structural family therapist might come into the family's home and join them for dinner every night for, I don't know, weeks or months, or maybe just live with the family for a while. One common example of this, some people remember the show The Nanny, when the nanny comes in and watches the family and then gives advice on how to change. So that's actually a great example of structural family therapy. One way that I remember this, because strategic family therapy and structural family therapy, these are two types of family therapies, both of them begin with STR. So the mnemonic that I give myself, I know it's really silly. Structural family therapy, I think of a structure. And a house is a structure, right? And so with structural family therapy, the therapist is going into the house, into the structure of the family. Or another way to think about it is strategic family therapy. The therapist is giving the family members strategies for communication and for no longer having a scapegoat. Not sure if that helps you, but that helps me know the difference between the two. All right, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.